Okay, hello everybody. This video is about the Baltes jungle boots. We'll be doing a couple of tests, mud sticking and drainage and drying, and that's what you're going to see in this video, but we'll start with an overview and a close-up for the details. This is the part where I look at the fit and finish, and I also took it on a 1-hour hike through Amsterdam to see how they would feel. Now I can tell you that these are really comfortable shoes. They're not sneakers, but they're relatively comfortable for boots, and I think if you have them for a couple of months and you wear them regularly, they will become really comfortable. Let's start at the sole. This is the German army version of a jungle boot sole. It says here anti-static and oil and gasoline resistant. The profile is relatively coarse. The sole is very hard. I mean, it's a really hard sole. It has enough flexibility and some torsion, but not much. I really need to work here to get it to twist. So it's a relatively stiff sole with some flexibility at the nose. The leather is relatively smooth. It's a bit hard in the beginning, but once you wear them a little bit, especially in the water, it becomes a lot smoother. The heel and the toe are reinforced, but it's not steel. It is just some harder material that they put in there, or maybe they treated the leather. I'm not sure. On the instep, it has 2 draining holes, as you can see, and later in the video I will show you how that performs. The stitching is very smooth. It's all double stitched. The leather is really smooth put together, so they really made it that it feels as a one layer and not stacked. The cordura is, well, pretty strong. It's got sort of a liner, so it's a double layer. This is reinforced, extra thick over the heel part, and the collar of the shoe is padded. On the back side, a leather strip and a loop, so you can easily or more easily put them on. The other side, of course, no draining holes on the outside, and basically the same setup. The laces are made of a sort of cotton, I think. It's not nylon like we saw on the Wellco boots, for instance. And in terms of speed lacing, it's not as fast, and that's because it's old school lacing. It has the eyelets here on the side, which is very good because the laces are not underneath the leather pressing on your feet, but they are in between, so you don't feel the laces over your foot. It has hooks here, so that makes that you can get in and out easier, but that makes the lacing a little bit slower. Now on top are just eyelets, and you can then just cinch it down, but it is not very fast putting them on. The base of the tongue is padded, then there is a part that is not padded, and the top has a leather patch. As you can see, it has some numbers on there which are very hard to read, but when you lace it down, that gives you a little bit more protection as well. On the inside, well, the tongue of the shoe is all the way up, and that prevents dirt from getting in. It has nothing to do with water, obviously. On the inside, now if you can see that, but it has a sort of a bluish sole that has a little bit of cushioning, but not too much, and the whole shoe is lined. There is an insole, and this is the insole that is in the shoe, and that is just made of a nylon. So it is not much for comfort, but it dries really fast, as you will see in further up in the video. So these are in there when you get these. Let me see, did I miss anything? If you want to know things like the weight and the price, check the specs at the end of the video. Alright, let's go to the first test. Okay, this is the mud we're going to walk through. As you can see, a lot of leaves and a lot of branches, almost like a real jungle, I hope. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna test the soles of the Baltes jungle boots, see how much mud will stick. First we try them on and see how quickly it laces, and then we'll go through the mud. Alright, so the Baltes jungle boot. We have laces here. Oh, yeah, not so quick. Okay, let's see if something, not really. Ah. Sorry. Okay, so that works a lot better than I thought. The question, of course, is how quickly will they dry to a reasonable state that you can put them on with dry socks and be good to go. So we'll just see how long that actually takes. Is that a few hours or maybe all night? I don't know. So we'll just see what happens. I'll put a bucket on it just to keep them underwater, to keep it fair. By the way, I have 3 types of jungle boots in here. The Baltes boots from Germany, the Insoles, also German, and the Wellco boots from America, just to have a comparison as well. So depending on what video you're watching, you know, that's the boot you will be keeping your eye on. Okay, it is 5:45, so we are 5 hours in, and I think we are at a turning point because I checked all the shoes, and the Baltes shoes, even on the inside, the leather here, the lining is pretty dry. The bottom is pretty dry. Only the nylon is still a bit wet. The Insoles a bit the same, but the lining is still a bit moist, especially here, where it's a bit thicker. But it's nothing terrible. And the Wellco boots, yeah, the lining is still a bit wet. So I mean, nothing terrible, but again, it's doable. But all in all, if we just look at the shoes, I would say that the Insole and the Wellco boots are equal, and the Baltes shoes are actually the driest. I would put these on without any thinking, so that's a good thing. And the soles, these were dry after about 3 hours. We're now 5 hours in, so these are completely dry. This one is also not bad. You can feel it's been a little bit moist, but you know, I would call that pretty dry.